By the end of his current deal with the Lakers, LeBron James will become the highest paid NBA player ever with more than $350 million in career earnings. Of course, LeBron is not keeping all this money under the mattress. He happens to be an extremely successful investor with stake ownership in Beats by Dre, Liverpool Football Club, and Blaze Pizza, among many other endorsements. LeBron is also known as a person who invests a lot of time and resources to keep his body in the best possible shape. In this video, we'll look how LeBron James why he spends millions of dollars on physical fitness and how could he end up with the most durable athlete ever. He spends almost $1.5 million on his body annually. LeBron has a rule that he religiously follows, and that rule is that you keep the number one thing. The number one thing translated. This means that the basketball, which has been his primary source of income and the catalyst for all the other revenue flows, always remains the number one thing during his play days. LeBron understands that the basketball is a driving force for most of his other ventures and that his success off the court is closely tied to his success in the NBA, and nobody wants to buy the basketball shoes from an unsuccessful player. And even after his 3 rings and a thick resume that transcends basketball, LeBron is still going to strong in his 17th year with no sign of slowing down. If you are wondering how that's possible, it's because he never stops training and spends huge amounts of money to keep his body in the best possible shape. He uses cryotherapy to decrease the inflammation in his body and relieve muscle pain after hard training session. Apart from freezing himself to death, he also uses hyperbaric shampoos to increase the amount of oxygen in his body by stimulating high altitude conditions, which results in better endurance and overall performance. In his recovery regimen, another modern gizmo is pneumatic leg boot, which massages his lower extremities to keep the muscle loose and warm, which benefits with ashes and soreness. He also gets private treatments with liquid nitrogen to help reduce the inflammation. Other than that, he employs a team with personal chefs, massage therapists, and trainers to keep him in tip-top shape. Like Dwayne Johnson, another famous gym rat, LeBron has to pump iron everywhere he goes. Even if it's a yacht in the Mediterranean in the middle of the summer, the yacht has to be equipped with gym because LeBron is addicted to working out. And when he was filming Space Jam in the summer of 2019, he would spend up to 12 hours on the set, which is exhausting in itself. However, before every day of shooting that would usually start around 7 am, LeBron would already practice, which means he would wake up around 4 am every day. Now that's a commitment. LeBron's greatness is taken somewhat for granted because he won the genetic golden ticket and grew up into 6'8" uber athlete that can jump out of the gym. However, there were many athletic guys in the NBA, but for him to still basically playing the same level of the age of 35, that's something else. So let's take a look at how he does it. LeBron James' workout routine. When we watch the basketball games, we see the final product on the court, but everything that goes into it, what very few people understand. LeBron is one of the hardest and smartest workers in the NBA, and the fact that he hasn't suffered a severe injury is not an accident. Sure, there is some luck because freak injuries happen in the basketball, but LeBron is doing everything he possibly can to decrease the chance of injury, and that results have been tremendous so far. The man that helped him along the way and who is still his personal trainer and one of his closest associates is named of Mike Mancus. Mancus is one of the top personal trainers in the world, and he became the LeBron what Tim Grover was for Michael Jordan. Mancus began working for the Cavs in 2005, and LeBron asked for his advice when he was experiencing back tightness and knee soreness, which were big problems since James was not yet 22. Mancus then reconstructed his workout routine and is a big reason why LeBron was injury-free for the majority of his career. Mancus now has LeBron on a tight weekly schedule that includes weightlifting up to 3 times per week, volumetric work or cardio on the Versa climber several times per week, and some form of yoga and stretching before and after every session. Of course, that doesn't include actual basketball training at around 100 basketball games he plays every year. Yoga and stretching is something James learned about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar books and then took into completely different level. Kareem swore by yoga and said that it's only because of it that he was able to keep playing at the age of 40 and still be productive. When LeBron suffered a first injury in the 2015 season, he had an injured disc in his back and his mobility and explosiveness took a significant hit. Worried, LeBron reached out for help and got it for Donnie Raymond, a former Navy SEAL specializing in biomechanics and human movement. Raymond's expertise combines biology and physical mechanics, and he helped James to massively improve his core strength, posture, and get rid of all the back pain. LeBron also transformed the way he lands on the floor to preserve his joints. To be the king, you have to think like a king and train like a king. And if you really want to know the full details of the LeBron's workout, watch this 1 hour uncut video of his training with Magnus on YouTube. LeBron James nutrition. Like with the training and recovery, James also invests a lot in the nutrition to replenish his body with a real fight so he can perform the optimal level. He eats about 5 times a day, a traditional breakfast, lunch, and a dinner, and a couple of snacks in between. James starts off the day with an egg white omelette with French toast or turkey sandwich with avocados or yogurt with some fruit. After practice, he eats a snack that is either protein shake with some almond or peanut butter or some more fruit. Before the game, LeBron usually eats a light lunch that involves a lean protein, leafy greens, and complex carbs. His most common choices are chicken breast and some pasta or veggie salad with some fruits. After the game, LeBron's glycogen levels are depleted and he is conscious of hydrating a lot. After he burns a lot of energy, he religiously drinks a protein recovery shake and carbohydrate-rich recovery fluids, which are both provided by Mencius. James ramps up on the carbs in the playoffs because of greater energy expenditure, and he stays off the sugar because it slows down the recovery process after the games. For the same reason he doesn't eat a lot of red meat, he completely removed pork from his menu. He most likely to indulge in sweets that off-season except for in 2014, where he temporarily went paleo and ate nothing but meats, fruits and veggies for 2 months. And last but not the least, LeBron likes a very known wine aficionado and likes to drink quality vino after dinner. Apart from the great taste, it helps him to fall asleep easier. To de-stimulate his brain, LeBron also uses a calm meditation app to shut off his mind and focus on the next day's action. LeBron is likely to be one of the 7 NBA players who have over 10,000 assists, joining Stockton, Kate Nash, Magic, and Mark Jackson, and probably Chris Paul. James is already in the top 10 of all the time in the regular season when it comes to minutes played and first in the playoff minutes played. By the time it's all said and done, LBJ will likely be the player who played most basketball ever. Apart from his tremendous God-given talent, LeBron has an incredible work ethic and has made smart choices that keep him at the top for 17 years and counting. LeBron is already one of the most durable athletes, and once you learn about his habits, it's easy to see why. With a little bit of luck, he could become the most durable athlete ever and further advance his case for the GOAT status in the basketball. Thank you for watching. If you want more lifestyle videos, don't forget to follow my channel.